Hey everybody, Paul here. So I'm gonna do a quick video on something that I've said before, but it's something that we need to constantly be reminded of, and that is how we as agents should be kind of positioning ourselves when it comes to a claim, and that is kind of as as an advocate, as somebody who comes alongside both of our customers in claims to help move things along, and not as someone who is muddying the water. And I need to make a distinction between things that are not right and things that just don't seem right. And when something doesn't seem right, but in the big picture it is right, we need to be coming alongside of our clients at that point and saying, look, this is the way it is, this is why it is this way, and I know that can be frustrating, but that's this is why claims handles things the way this is. That is not an easy conversation. That is a conversation that is very difficult to have. And the easier conversation to have is, stupid claims, I can't believe they did that to you. How dare they? Okay, why is that the wrong approach? It's the wrong approach because, first of all, and we are talking about things that have been handled properly. They just don't. The customer doesn't see see the big picture and doesn't see why it is the way it is. So this is the wrong approach because, first of all, you're wrong, and it's not our job to be the customer's drinking buddy. Now, that might be a perk of the job. You might go do that. I'm not, look, if you want to go have a beer with your customer, by all means. But that's not our job. Our job is to advise the customer. Our job is to be the insurance expert for the customer. So when we're telling the customer things that are wrong in order to win favor from the customer, we're not doing our job. But secondly, it's counterproductive because look, it feels good. It feels good when your agent agrees with you and when claims is not giving you the answer that you want. It feels good for a minute. And then you start thinking about it. And then you start thinking, so, all right, so my agent is telling me that what I'm thinking is right, but claims is refusing to do that. That suggests to me that I have crappy insurance. What am I paying for this for? I need better insurance. What it secondly is telling me is that my agent can't do anything about it. So why am I paying him? Why am I giving money to an agent when my agent can't even persuade the insurance company to do the right thing? The much harder conversation is to give the customer, the truth about the matter, and it's not something you want to hear, but it's something you need to hear. And look, bad claim experience. There's a chance you're going to lose the customer one way or another. Bad claim experience. But I'm a firm believer that we are much more likely to keep the customer and keep the trust of the customer when we act with honesty and integrity than when we try to be the drinking buddy of the customer. And so that's why I'm a firm believer in kind of acting as somebody coming alongside, both the adjuster and the customer. When I talk to the adjuster, I'm going to be an advocate for the customer. But when I'm talking to the customer, I'm going to be an advocate for claims. I'm going to further explain what's going on. That means I have to know what's going on, but I'm going to further explain what's going on. I'm going to try to at least make it understandable, even if it's not something we like. So there are those cases where claims just messed up. Even the best claims departments are going to do this, and that's when you need to know your stuff too. Because I've had plenty of times when agents have called me and said, claims messed up for this reason, and they're wrong because they don't know their stuff, and I have to explain to them why they're wrong. And so that's. You need to know this stuff well enough to know when claims is getting it wrong, and don't be afraid to ask someone else. Don't be afraid to go to a supervisor and just say, "Hey, look, I don't understand. I might be wrong here, but I don't understand. Can you take a look at this and explain it to me?" And any supervisor worth his or her salt will do that for you. And then if you're wrong, and please do not be afraid. We've had customers who demand an immediate answer. I will not give it to them until I know all the facts. I will not give it to them. You need to know what's going on in the file, and jumping to conclusions, it doesn't help anybody. Don't be afraid to tell the customer, okay, let me research this and let me get back to you. Set a time to get back with them. Don't make it 5 minutes, because when you call up claims, you're very likely to get a voicemail. Find out what's going on in the file. Find out the answer. If you don't know the answer already, if claims is wrong, get that supervisor involved to fix it. If claims is right, then you need to understand it well enough to explain it to your customer. So, all right, really appreciate you all watching today. As always, Monday morning, new episode of It's Covered. It's good. It's a really good one this weekend, so we will talk with you then.